Hello friends, I'm Manoj and we'll talk about the answer writing. The initiative which we are running for the last, you can say, almost 3 to 4 years, which is open to all, a kind of mentorship for answer writing. But now we have changed a little bit to connect it with the whole syllabus, you can say. It's not simply answer writing, rather you will learn how to map with the syllabus, how to integrate from concept to question to expression. Because most of the time whenever you talk about the answer writing, it's a random exercise, but until unless you connect from concept to the question to the expression, so you know the journey, you know where to improve, where to work, probably in the less time you can do little bit better. Since it is, you can say, the open to all exercise by the GSA score, which we are doing for the last almost 3 to 4 years, you can say, we have decided to take it to the next level, where probably we can help to the students much more than simply in the answer writing. Rather than, it will help to map the syllabus also. So let's see how to use it. You will get the you can say the link in the description to connect with us for the mentorship. So how you can take maximum out of it. See, when we talk about the, you can say, main examination is everything about one and only one thing, that is called expression. Expression. Expression is output of the main examination. But when you say output you cannot get in 1 or 2 days. Rather, about the answer writing, about mains, about expression, you have to understand one thing, that it's a very, very gradual process. It's a very gradual process, and sometimes you will feel frustrated uh, by doing a lot of practice, that things are not moving anywhere. Things are stuck somewhere. It happens. It's normal, and it's normal for everyone. And nowadays also I have seen there is a fashion to talk about that answer writing on daily answer writing, or you can say answer writing from the very first day of the preparation. It's not true. It never happens. You have to go for the concept building, and then comes the expression or answer writing. Because in the answer writing, what you do, you capture your thought process. If your thought process is not mature, not clear, then what to capture? You will capture garbage, you will express garbage, you will feel frustrated that nothing is happening. So how to maintain a balance, how to connect all the things, this is what it is all about. And I have written a lot about this also, so you will get in the description link there. So to you can say, before we go for the answer writing, generally in the main examination you will find that a lot of discussion happens in and around the key areas, scoring areas, for example, ethics, essay, optional, these kind of things. It's not true. It's a more a marketing gimmick sort of thing. It's not like that. If you look at the cutoff, you will find that more than 90% of the students in the main examination fall somewhere in the GS, fall somewhere between 35 to 40% of the marks. You have to fight for every single mark in main examination. Main examination is all about this only. Every question you have to perform, every question you have to score, every question you have to fight, every question you have to win to get into the service. Yeah, certain areas certainly there to give the advantage, but it's not about that. These are the certain area. There are certain areas around which you will try to play. It never happens. It will not work in your favor. Never. So if you look at the questions of last 7-8 years, you will find that the nature of the questions you can easily categorize in three broader categories. One set of questions are those questions which is largely based on the set of informations, right? Informations, concepts, right? But uh, opinion, perspective, etc. has limited role. These questions demand analysis, a deeper analysis. But it's not your personal opinion, perspective, etc. driven. It's not like that. Let's take the example of even you can say the geography, either in the plate tectonic or continental drift or anything else. Similar is the case with science tech also. Similar is the case in, you can say, the many areas of the subject where you will find that it's moving in and around the informations. It is largely driven by the information, and then you have to build your analysis in under the information. Second set of questions you will find, which is largely driven by the opinion, perspective, etc. Where how do you see anything depends. How do you see, what is your idea, what is your understanding about anything is everything in these type of questions, largely. Be it society, be it you can say paper 2 completely, paper 4, or some other areas also. And third set of questions are those questions is based on more of the abstract ideas, open-ended questions. And also you will find that some questions which demands normative orientation. It's not only about the paper 4. It's true in the case of the paper 2 also, in the society also. Questions related to the constitutional morality is demanding basically normative orientation. If you don't have normative orientation, probably you will not be in a position to win the race. You will write something which you have read in the newspaper. But a bent of mind which value normative orientation probably help you to write better, more clarity, with great amount of clarity. Because main examination is all about two things: conceptual clarity and clarity in expression. These two things are interlinked. Mostly we work more and more on either the content procurement or answer writing. But what I'm trying to say, that main examination is all about two things: conceptual clarity, which is not necessarily depends upon the volume of the inputs, and clarity in expression, which is also not necessarily by writing daily 10 questions will serve the purpose. No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. So now, if this is the case, then the next question is basically, what is good answer? What is good answer? Good answer is consist of, you can say broadly, it's not a rule. I don't want to talk anything which gives you the sense that to create a template. No, don't create a template. Not at all. I'm completely against this. And I clearly admit that this is something that coaching institutes, or you can say the social media, is ruining the scope of even the good candidates. Why I say so? Because there is no template. There is no template for UPSC. You have to allow yourself to evolve. And for that, you have to go for the noise cancellation. Noise cancellation is a feature in the phone, but you have to bring out in your life. In your life, your examination preparation, when you have to cut from the noise so that you can focus, you allow yourself to evolve. If there are 1,000 students, there could be 1,000 ways to express. And there could be 1,000 equally good ways to express. That scope must be alive. You have to keep that scope. So when I say broadly, what I want to say, that any question starts with the concepts. When I say the attributes or what is good answer, the first thing first is that concept. You are able to understand the key demands of the questions. Conceptually, you are sound. You are able to connect it with the context. So this is the first thing that every answer demands, irrespective of the paper, optional, etc. There is no second thought about it. Second is objectivity. I always this word objectivity. When I say objectivity, it simply means two things: as direct as possible, and need to be analytical. When I say as direct as possible, You cannot afford to waste the words. We'll discuss into the detail, very detailed, in the community that we are running. It's open to all. You can join us. So there we will go into very detail by giving the questions. We used to do these kind of exercises on regular basis. So it simply means as direct means you cannot afford to waste the words. As direct as possible. And then analysis. And then comes articulation. Articulation is basically you can say the arrangement. How do you organize your answer? And directions. You have to lead to the examiner. The examiner cannot afford to ask where you want to take. You have to lead to the examiner. So, so this is what we are trying to do, is basically to take you from concept to expression. Means concept to the expression. Expression here, I'm trying to say answer writing. Concept to question to, or otherwise you can say concept to question, question to expression, or answer writing. If you know how to link all these things, probably you can do much better with the minimum input, because this examination is nothing but minimum input, maximum output. By giving more and more time for the content procurement is no guarantee for the selection. Somewhere you have to stop the input. For output, you have to go for the thinking, value addition through thinking, clarity in thought process, expression, improvement, mentorship, continuously working. So this is what we are going to mentor you in this regard. Because in answer writing, generally what happens that students used to get the question from anywhere, writing. Sometimes they are not very clear why they are writing. And one thing is very sure. Rule of the practice or the law of the practice says that if you are practicing something which is not good, which is not appropriate, and which is not aligned to the demand, this is what you will practice for, and this is what you will do in the examination. It's very important that you assess yourself that for what outcome you are preparing and whether you are getting that outcome or not. So this open to all answer writing exercise is basically help you to take the corrective measures to understand that various kind of demands, do maximum with the minimum input, etc. You will get the link in the description, and there you can connect us, all the mentors of the GSS core, for some kind of answer writing assistance. For that, we are always there. Thank you very much.